We're cutting across to live images coming in of the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and the EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen, who is currently in India. This is a crucial meeting because it will decide how things really move forward as far as trade talks between India and the European Union is concerned. EU, of course, has touched down. The EU chief has touched down here in India with great hopes, referring to India as a trusted friend and saying that we're looking to boost talks, particularly on the free trade agreement. This visit, in a sense, is unprecedented in its scale. 22 of the 27 European commissioners are accompanying the EU chief in India, and that tells you really how crucial this visit is for the European Union as well. The free trade agreement has been a sticking point, a point of contention between both sides, and we've been seeing dialogue over the last many years. We'll have to wait and watch to see if, as a result of the meeting that's taking place at the Hyderabad House in Delhi, you see some sort of a breakthrough really on that free trade agreement. Remember that EU is India's largest trading partner, and we're looking also to focus more on diplomacy with the European Union at a time when there has been a lot of uncertainty about what really will happen with America, with the likes of Donald Trump at the helm. This is the third visit by the EU chief to India, and this particular visit, she says, is extremely crucial to also take forward the ties between India and the European Union. Shashank Mattu is joining us with more details on this. Shashank, the fact that the EU chief is accompanied by 22 European commissioners itself shows you how much importance really the EU is giving this visit to India.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen has been extremely clear in her remarks when she came to India, saying that there is a very, very difficult situation confronting Europe. There are great powers like America and China that are behaving very differently, perhaps even aggressively in some cases. There is the war in Ukraine. India and Europe need each other, therefore. And she also very frankly acknowledged that, look, this is a partnership that has not performed as well as it should over the last couple of years, but now we want to change that. And she's really focusing on three things on this visit, which is why she's brought really the top leadership of the European Union. Those three things are going to be: number one, trade, getting the India-EU trade deal done this year. That's the commitment she's made. Secondly, defense. Europe is rearming. It's spending more money on making sure that it can deal with its own security challenges on its own. There have been conversations about working more closely with India on defense agreements. And finally, connectivity, making sure that India and Europe can reach each other more directly and have more trade. Remember that this is an extremely important trade relationship for India. So projects like the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor, making sure that those work well, those are booted up and work quickly to bring greater economic ties between India and Europe. That is going to be another key feature. So these three things, these three priority areas are what Ursula von der Leyen and her 21 European commissioners are really here to push in India.
There are also questions about this particular visit being so crucial at a time when, you've got Trump taking charge in America. So for both sides, Shashank, they will be looking at boosting ties. For India also, it helps at a time of reciprocal tariffs. And then, of course, the EU also will be looking more at India to stabilize the relationship because of the uncertainty that comes with the Trump era.
You're absolutely right. That is exactly the setting that is facing India and Europe right now. There has always been some criticism about the India-Europe relationship. 20 years ago, they decided to do a strategic partnership. Things have not moved as well. Everyone acknowledges that the partnership has not moved as strongly. The trade agreement between the two countries has been stuck. The defense relationship has not moved as fast as some people would like. So there's always been the sense that India and Europe recognize that each other are important, but they just haven't had that big strategic push to get things going. That has changed in the last couple of years, but really the events of the last couple of weeks and months since Donald Trump has taken office has really driven home to Europe that it is in many senses alone in the world right now, and it needs more support, more help, and more partnerships abroad. India has also taken note of the fact that Europe wants this new partnership. India wants to work much more closely with Europe as well. And finally, now geopolitics and strategy are often about these big historic moments that push the relationship together. That's what we've seen over the last couple of weeks and months. And the hope is that this will be the great push that the India-Europe relationship needs to go to the next level.
All right, Shashank, thanks very much for joining us with those details. Let's also play out for you what the EU chief had to say about really boosting ties with India.
I can announce that we are exploring a future security and defense partnership with India in the mold of the partnership we have with Japan and South Korea. This will help us step up our work to counter common threats. India is working hard to diversify its military supply and to access new capabilities. And I believe we can help each other to deliver on our security objectives. Security should be at the core part of our new strategic partnership with India. A free trade agreement between the European Union and India would be the largest deal of its kind anywhere in the world. I am very well aware it will not be easy, but I also know that timing and determination counts, and that this partnership comes at the right moment for the two of us. This is why we have agreed with Prime Minister Modi to push to get it done during this year, and you can count on my full commitment to make sure we can deliver.